Good evening, everyone. My name is Bela Kotwani. I'm also known as Big B. One second. I just start again. My name is Bela Kotwani. I'm also known as Big B. Big for the size of my heart and B for Bela. A fun-loving person with a great sense of humor and a passionate pickleball player, co-founder of Puppet Maestros and co-founder of the ABCD show. I'm also the National Core Committee member of Early Childhood Association, an educationalist and a puppeteer who conducts puppet shows for children's birthday parties. So today I'm here to talk to you about the topic I play, I learn, and also some fun stories with puppets. So let us begin. First of all, I would like to give you two scenarios in your mind. Just think about these two scenarios. The first one is when the child comes home from school and you ask the child, "What did you do in school today?" And the child says, "Mama, I played." So just keep that in your mind. And the second scenario is when the child is at home and somebody asks you, what is your child doing? What do you say? He's playing. So in both the scenarios, the answer was he's playing. But let us understand what exactly happens when a child is playing. Before to start, I'm going to read out a nice little poem. This poem is called Just Playing by Anita Wadley. When I'm building in the block room, please don't say I'm just playing, for you see, I'm learning as I play about balance and shapes. Who knows, I may be an architect someday. When I'm getting all dressed up, setting the table, caring for the babies, don't get the idea I'm just playing, for you see, I'm learning as I play. I may be a mother or a father someday. When you see me up to my elbows in paint or standing at the easel or molding and shaping clay, please don't let me hear you say, he is just playing. For you see, I'm learning as I play. I'm expressing myself and being creative. I may be an artist or an inventor someday. When you see me sitting in a chair reading to an imaginary audience, please don't laugh and think I'm just playing. For you see, I'm learning as I play. I may be a teacher someday. When you see me combing the bushes for bugs or packing my pockets with choice things, I don't find to pass it off. Just play. For you see, I'm learning as I play. I may be a scientist someday. When you see me engrossed in puzzle or some plaything at my school, please don't feel the time is wasted in play. For you see, I'm learning as I play. I'm learning to solve problems and concentrate. I may be in business someday. When you see me cooking or tasting food, please don't think that because I enjoy it, it's just play. I'm learning to follow direction and see differences. I may be a cook someday. When you see me learning to skip, hop, run, and move my body, please don't say I'm just playing. For you see, I'm learning as I play. I'm learning how my body works. I may be a doctor, a nurse, or an athlete someday. When you ask me what I've done at school today, and I say, I just played, please don't misunderstand me, for you see, I'm learning as I play. I'm learning to enjoy and be successful in my work. I'm preparing for tomorrow. Today I'm a child and my work is play. So this was a lovely poem which is very, very dear to my heart. So all those who love the poem, please show me the hearts coming on the page. Can I see everybody with the hearts? Whoever liked the poem can comment like, put the thumbs up, give these hearts, don't be generous with it. Yes? Okay, now secondly, what happens is when the child is playing in the school, we have to really see that he's learning so many things when he's playing. This poem just showed you all the things that the child could learn. He learns to concentrate, his imagination improves, he learns vocabulary. There are so many things. And as you've heard the proverb saying, uh, all um all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So we don't want our child to be dull anymore. Let us engross him in playful activities. And as adults, we learn to solve problems, we create, we go to work, we understand, and we go on daily basis to work. But a child, where does he go? So for him, the child, his work is his play. That is for the child. And he can also solve problems, he's creating, he's understanding. His world is through play. And also, there is no better education than play for the child. The child, sometimes when we as adults, what are the fondest memories that you remember? It is of you and your child having fun together. The same way the child remembers only the fun things that he's done in life. Those will stay for a longer time in his heart. So please ensure that you're playing with your child and having fun with your child. And for just to play with your child, you don't have to invest in such expensive gadgets or toys. Not necessarily that. You can even have fun with even boxes in the house, some scrap in the house, collect those things, play with those things in the house. For children, everything is play. Just interact with the child. That is very, very important. And you should always remember that playful children tend to be more happier, they're better adjusted, they are more cooperative and more popular with their peers. They have fun in the class. I've been a naughty child in my classroom, but I always remember the fun times I had when I was in school. So let that child remember those precious moments which he's having fun in the class. And play that involves physical activity helps develop motor skills, strength, and endurance, and benefits of physically also. He of course benefits from the play when he's playing. Last but not the least, play is better way to bond. This is the best way to bond with your child is through play. Happy, fun moments with your child are the precious gifts that you can give your child. So we are going to discuss here today the different games that you can play with your child at home. I know it is lockdown, you have limited resources in the house, so you don't know how to occupy your little child in the house. So what we can do is I'll discuss few games that you can play with your child. So let me know if they are useful for you. If you feel yes you can do it, please type yes in the comment box so I can interact with you. That way I know what is happening and I know that you'll are following whatever I'm telling you. Now, in case you had a party, maybe last year, your child's birthday party, and you have few leftover balloons from there. So what you can do is blow up those balloons and let your child play. Toss the balloon up in the air. And the balloon should not touch the ground. If the balloon touches the ground, then he has to again pick it up and keep it up as much as he can. So what is the child learning in this? He's learning to balance, he's learning concentration, and eye-hand coordination is improving. So by just one game, there are so many developments that are going to improve from the child. The next thing you can do is those touchy-feely boxes. You can have a box in the house. If you don't have a box, you can even use a pillow cover. Try and put objects inside the pillow cover or the box which the child is familiar with. Okay, and then you put it inside, and now he close the box. Just let him put his hand into the pillow cover. Now let him guess what object. Let him close his eyes, and just with his feeling, touch of his hand, he has to guess which object or which toy is that. So that is also a fun game. That sensory development happens with the child. He can feel: is it hard? Is it soft? Is it little what you call it, smooth? Let him find the different textures from there as well. And once he recognizes the object, of course, please cheer for your child. The child loves it when you encourage him when he's doing something right. So please motivate your child and have fun with your child. Then there's this game called I Spy. I know most of you must be knowing this game. It goes, I spy with my little eye something beginning with the letter B. So the child has to look around in the room. What object could be with the letter B? So he thinks and he tells Mama it's the butterfly or it is the book or whatever is in the house. So let him point out the object. Now same thing, you can adapt it to a different thing. You can ask him, I spy with my little eye something which is blue in color. So then he has to bring all the blue objects for you. You can, the same game can be adapted into various things, whatever you like to be for that, because your whatever your learning goal is at that time. Then of course hide and seek, you all must be knowing it's a very common and good game for children, and it also improves a lot of their memory skills as well when you play games with the children. Like there was this game called memory game, it's called. Supposing if I say I'm the person in the circle, you all sit in the circle, I will say apple. The person next to me will say apple and mango. The next person says apple, mango, banana. The next person says apple, mango, banana, and watermelon. You have to add one, and you have to remember all and then add your own. Remember all and then add your own. So it is a real fun game for the kids to play at home. So you don't even require any prop for these games. So easy, so simple. You can play it at your home with your child. Then we go to the next game, Housey. Another common game which children love is Housey. What you can do is on a paper, you can make the chits, make the blocks, and you can write maybe letters, could be numbers, could be words, depend what age your child is. You can write that particular word or letter, and then you can call out the name, and the full family can play Housey together. It's nice family time with the child. Then about bowling, we all have maybe water, drinking Bisleri bottles, or could be Coke bottles in the house. Let's try and use that. Place them like this bowling alley. You have this bowling alley. Give them a ball. Let him knock the bottles down. So what happens with this knocking the bottles down? He is going to learn, first of all, aiming, hand coordination, concentration. How many are left? How many fell down? How many are up still? Adding, subtracting. All these happens just with the games. Then of course there's another all-time famous game, Passing the Parcel. We all know this game, but I've just added a little twist to the Passing the Parcel. So what we do is we sit in a circle when the object is passed around, and when supposing it's a ball, the object is a ball, you hold the ball in your hand, and you have to say something about the person who's having the ball in the hand. All the other members in the house will say something positive about the person who has the ball in the hand. It's like a little gratitude circle, talking positive about the person who is having the object in the hand. But the next person, everybody gets a chance that way. And it feels so nice to be appreciated, to be liked, to be understood by your family. The kids really love this. And I'm sure you will enjoy it well. Also hearing about your family members to talk about you as well. Then of course you can have races in the at home. Maybe your home is little small, so have a little shorter distance for race. You can have little objects kept in a distance. Supposing you keep all colored objects, you keep red color, you keep blue, you keep yellow, but the child has to run and bring only red color object. So he goes there, brings only the red object, and he comes. Now you say, now he has to bring only the blue color. He goes running, brings the blue color object. So once he has learned this process of going and getting an object, now it's time to make more obstacles in between. Let's keep maybe some glasses, or if you don't have glasses, you can keep some steel cups or something. Just keep something objects there. He has to go zigzag, pick up and come back zigzag. So something for him to, or maybe he goes hopping on one leg, pick up the object and come back hopping on the second leg. So kids will really love this variation in the game. Then of course, I'm sure you all are familiar with this. We played when we were kids in the at home. Pack of cards. What children, when we were kids, what we used to do, we used to make a stack of these cards. You remember we used to put it like this and make a full of maybe 5 down, then 3 on top, and then 1 on top, like a pyramid. You're supposed to make it like a pyramid. So kids love this game, and because there's so much of concentration, you have to look properly. Is it happening? Is it falling? What is happening? How can I make it right? If it falls down, it is okay if it falls down. We can make it again. The child learns it's okay to fail sometimes. It's perfectly fine. Let's make it again. So these are all the values you teach your child through game, and at the same time child is having fun, and these memories stay for a long time with your child. Then of course, I don't know whether you'll have tried this at home. Try and involve your small children in no gas cooking activities, like maybe making sandwiches with your child, making Monaco biscuit topping with toppings on it, or even giving him clay. In the sense, if you don't have clay in the house, what we've also done is we give them atta of the house. What you're making roti with, give him the atta from the house, let him make his own roti, and you can actually make it for him on the tawa and give it to him. He'll feel so happy to see what he's created. Let me eat what I have created right now for myself. But kids love all these things. Let me see which other games we have. I think more or less I've covered most of the games. Anybody else has got some other games that they want to share, please put in the comment box so that we know. Anybody else with some comments? Shanaz, do you have something to say? Shashank, Karthik. Can we have some comments in the box so I know that you are following what I'm saying and it's understood by all? Because after this I'm going to move to my storytelling session, and I would advise, if you've got some children in the house, please bring them along so they can also see the fun time with stories. I'll share with you something that I made recently, a small little puppet. See these are small finger puppets of monkeys. I'm going to put them up. One. Let's count at the same time. One. I have another one. Two. I think this goes with this finger. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Can you see the 5 little monkeys? Now, these 5 monkeys, they're swinging on the tree. What are they doing? They're swinging on the tree and they're teasing the crocodile that you can't eat me. But what the crocodile does? Comes quietly, and he eats a monkey. Okay, so this is a story which is going to be sung in a song way. So let's hear the song right now. 5 little monkeys swinging on the tree. 5 little monkeys swinging on the tree. Teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't eat me. Teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't eat me. Along came the crocodile as quiet as can be. And snap! We had 1 monkey. So how many monkeys are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little monkeys swinging on the tree. Teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't eat me. Along came the crocodile as quiet as can be. And snap! Took away the 1 monkey. So how many monkeys are left? 1, 2, and 3. 3 little monkeys swinging on the tree. Teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't eat me. Along came the crocodile as quiet as can be. And snap! So monkey is gone. How many monkeys are there now? 1 and 2. 2 little monkeys swinging on the tree. 2 little monkeys swinging on the tree. Teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't eat me. Along came the crocodile as quiet as can be. And snap! And then there's only 1 monkey. 1 little monkey swinging on the tree. 1 little monkey swinging on the tree. Teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't eat me. Teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't eat me. Along came the crocodile as quiet as can be. Along came the crocodile as quiet as can be. And snap! So now there is no monkey. No little monkey swinging on the tree. No little monkey swinging on the tree. Teasing. So nobody was teasing, but what was there? Only Mr. Crocodile. It was yummy. Say bye-bye. And the crocodile goes. So this is the way you can teach the children. This puppets, this was a ready-made template I got online. So you can just download the template, make the cutouts, make it so easy. So parents can do this at home with your children. They'll really have fun with that. Then I had recently made a song for the children because they need to learn how to wash their hands. So we had made a song for the children. So maybe you could teach this to your children as well. I'll just get them out. Just 1 minute. Okay, so we're ready now. We've got 2 children here. Hello. Hi, Pinky. Hi, Rahul. This is Rahul and Pinky, and they're going to sing a song for us. We need to wash our hands. We need to wash our hands. Rub and scrub, rub and scrub. We need to wash our hands. We use soap to wash our hands. We use soap to wash our hands. Rub and scrub, rub and scrub. We use soap to wash our hands. Let's keep the virus away. Let's keep the virus away. Rub and scrub, rub and scrub. Let's keep the virus away. Bye-bye. So this was a song that we made for the children so they can learn that we need to wash their hands at regular intervals. And now we'll show you another fun story the children really love to listen to. It's about the hungry little, what's this? Caterpillar. The caterpillar is very, very hungry. So let us see what he's going to eat today. What do you have for the caterpillar? I have something for you. Let me see. I found it. What do I have? That's a apple. Would you like to eat the apple? Nom 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 nom. Okay, why don't you eat it? Nom 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 nom. And he's finished the apple. So now do you think the caterpillar is not hungry anymore? You think so? He's full? Let us watch and see. Nom nom. He's not yet full. What do we give him now? Let me see. I got something. What is this? Should we give him a peach? Yes. You want to eat a peach? Nom 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 nom. All right, you can eat. And he's finished eating the peach. So now his stomach is nom nom. Not full. What do I give him? Let me give him I have another fruit. Would you like this? Nom 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 nom. Okay, you can have it. Nom 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 Let's finish the orange also and with the leaf. Oh my God. Now what are we going to give him? Let's see. If he comes back, I've got something else for him also. Let me see. Num num. Uh-oh. What do we give him now? I told you I had something. But that was for me. You think the caterpillar will eat that? Let me check. Would you like to eat a burger? Num num num. You want a burger also? Num 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 num. Okay. Why don't you eat it? Num num num. Let's finish the burger as well. Uh-oh. So now his stomach is going to be full because he had the apple, he had the peach, he had the orange, and he also ate the burger. So his stomach is nom nom. Not full. What do I give him now? Let me see if I have something. I found something. Now I'm sure he's going to be full after this. A dessert. You want some cake? Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum. Okay, you can have some cake. Is he making too much noise while eating food? Do we make noise when we are eating our food? How do we eat our food? Quietly we chew it, not making noise. No. Tell him no making that noise. But he's gone now because his stomach is full because he had apple, he had peach, he had oranges, he had the burger, and he also had the dessert. So his stomach is full. Nom nom. Not full? Oh, what do I give him now? I got something. Let me see. A doll flower. Would you like to eat this? Nom 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 nom. He's finished the tall flower. See how big he's become. Want to see how big he's become? Big, colorful caterpillar. He's become so big. It's big also. He's had so much to eat, but now when the caterpillar has eaten so much, what does he need to do? He needs to take some rest, and he is going to spin a cocoon. What does he make for himself? A nice cocoon. Let us see. A cocoon. And let us count to 3, and the butterfly is going to come out. Ready? Close your eyes, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Here is the butterfly. And you can sing the song with the children. Butterfly, butterfly, where do you fly? Butterfly, butterfly, where do you fly? So quick and so high, so quick and so high, in the blue, blue sky, in the blue, blue sky. Say bye-bye, bye-bye. The butterfly is off. And now, I have another story for you. Let me just get the puppets ready. Okay. This story is about the Billy Goat Gruff. Okay? So who is going to come out? Let us see. Is Billy Goat ready? Uh-oh, he's getting ready. Let us watch what happens. Hello. Hi, Billy Goat. What are you doing? I want to eat the juicy, juicy grass. Oh, the grass here is not good. Let me go to the other side of the bridge and have the yummy, yummy, juicy, juicy grass there. But be careful. There's a troll under the bridge. Troll? What will the troll do? I don't know. He may want to eat you up. Oh no, I'm so small. You're small? Yes, I have a bigger brother. He can eat him up. Okay, you try your luck then. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Hello, Billy Goat. I'm going to eat this Billy Goat up. No, 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 no. I'm so small. You can't eat me. Why don't you eat my bigger brother? Bigger brother? Yes, he's bigger than me. You can eat him up. Bigger than you? Okay. Maybe I can do that. But you have to do something for me. What is that? Sing a song for me. Sing a song? I know one song. Roly poly, up, up, up. Roly poly, down, down. Roly poly, out, out. Roly poly, in. Very good. You may go now. Trip, trap, 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 trip, trap. And he's gone to the other side. And now let us see who's coming next. His brother, right? He said he's bigger than him. Let's watch. Hello. Oh, yes, he's bigger. What do you want to do? I'm also going to go to the other side to eat the juicy, juicy grass. But be careful, because there's a troll under the bridge. Troll? Yes. What will he do? I don't know. Maybe he wants to eat you up. No, no, no. I'm so small. Small? You're not small. I have a bigger brother. You can eat him up. Bigger brother? Yes, I do. Okay, try your luck then. So he goes. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Hello, Billy Goat. I think This is the big Billy Goat that I'm supposed to eat. Children, should I eat him up? No, no, no. I'm not the big Billy Goat. I have a bigger brother. You can eat him up. Bigger brother? Bigger than you? Yes, yes. Okay. But you have to dance for me then. Okay. Dinka chicka, hey, 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 hey. Dinka chicka, hey, 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 hey. That was so funny. You can go. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. And he goes to the other side. And now we have Billy Goat number 3 who comes. Let us watch. Hello, children. This is Billy Goat number 3. What are you going to do? I'm going to the other side of the bridge. But be careful. There's a troll under the bridge. Troll? I'm not scared of any troll. Did you see my horns? I can just go and zoom. Oh yes, you can. You may be strong, but even the troll is quite strong. You can try your luck. I'll go. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Hello, Billy Goat. I think this is the big Billy Goat, children. It's time for me to eat him up. Gets ready to hit him. And he goes, ow. And the Billy Goat is very strong. What did he do? He hit him with his horns. Oh no. I'm feeling so dizzy. Where am I? Oh, you're here only, don't worry. I'm so hungry. What am I going to eat? Don't worry, I have some food at my home. I'll give it to you. But I'm so hungry. I'll give you right now. Don't worry. Let's go, let's go. All right, I'm going to eat some food. Bye, children. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. And he goes to the other side of the bridge. Now, with these stories, you must have noticed that so many concepts can be taught. From the first caterpillar story, what do you think we could learn? Can you type in the comment box? What could you learn from the caterpillar story? I want to see the comments in the comment box so I know. What did I do? And can someone please type if you understood? Which skill can be developed with the story? You can do sequencing, like I told you. Sequencing is there. Then the different type of fruits that come in, the order. Then of course life cycle for butterfly is definitely there. And with the Billy Goat Gruff story, what did we see? The loud, the soft, the different sizes, big, small. So a lot of things you can teach through puppets. It's really a fun medium to learn. And now for my last item, I'm going to show you one of my favorite little baby. Can you see this? My baby monkey. Say hello. Hello. It's time for this baby to sleep. So we are going to sing for him. Rockabye baby. I'll put him like this over here. And we are going to sing for him. Rockabye baby on the treetop. Yes? You all are going to sing for you, right? Hey, I can help you too. You can help us? Sure, why not? So let's sing with me. I know, I'll sing. Where's the party tonight? Not party, the baby has to sleep. I know. Dinka chicka dinka. Not dinka chicka, he's not dancing. He has to sleep. You have to sing Rockabye Baby. I know that song too. Alright, so why don't you sing then? Rockabye Baby on the treetop. Very good. Bum bum bole, musty me dole. Bum bum bole, musty me dole. Birdie, only Rockabye Baby and nothing else. All right, I'll sing that. Rockabye Baby. Not so loud. Baby has to sleep. Okay. Rockabye. Birdie. Not so loud. Softly. Like that softly. Okay. I can't hear you. On that Rita. Birdie. Only I'm going to sing. You can't sing now with me. I'll sing for you. Okay, let's sing then. All right. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. Down will come baby, cradle and all. Birdie bus. Let us see the baby sleeping now. Uh-oh, baby is still awake. Let's sing one more time, Birdie. Baby is still not sleeping. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Why are you yawning? Baby has to sleep. All right, let's sing 1, 2, and Birdie. 1, 2, and Birdie is gone to sleep. Let's put him away. Let him go to sleep now. What do? We will sing for the baby. And now the baby is going to sleep. So let's keep the baby away. Baby has gone to sleep. So now it's time for some question and answers. Let us see what questions we have. Okay. For learning of alphabets, of course, you can play the game like I was telling you. Somebody's asked a question. G Sham SC CSC Shamsi. He says, my son is 3.2-year-old. How can I start her learning for alphabet and other things? So what you could do is, of course, first you need to show them the alphabet. What does the alphabet look like? The formation of the letter. Let him just feel the letter. And of course, the sound the letter makes is very important. And you could have, from your house, remove different objects with a particular letter that begins with that letter. For example, if it's letter B, then you can bring a bottle, butterfly, book, whatever you have in the house, and show him real objects first. Always go from real and then you move to picture. That's the best way child is going to understand letters. Which case of letters? Normally what we do in our school is we introduce both the big and the small at the same time. We show the capital and the small letters at the same time. Anku is asking this. Which case of letters should be introduced first for 2.8-year-old child? So we have to introduce both together is best, I would say. And the next question from her itself is how to understand if a game is causing negative effects on a child, when to know to stop them from playing such games. Actually, it depends on which game you are talking about. I mean, I really wouldn't know at which game are you hinting, but as a parent, try and play games which is age appropriate for the child, and always monitor which game the child is playing. So you know when exactly to stop, when it's going out of hand. Like in case they're brewing into a fight or something, you can stop them at that time only before it becomes worse. So please monitor your child when he's playing the game. Another question is how to encourage child to storytelling. Storytelling, first of all, it really comes from the parent, I will say. As a small child, I remember my grandparents were telling me stories. So until you start telling child stories, your own fun, forget books. First, tell your own life stories. Kids love listening. My mom used to do this when she was small. My dad used to do this when he was small. They love listening to stories. So once you start with your own life stories, then gradually move it to books and other things. That's the best I could say for that. Any questions on this Facebook chat? I can't see any questions here. How do you get kids engaged? Komal is asking, how do you get kids engaged with puppet dolls? As I have puppet dolls, but creating stories for him is a little difficult. try and look for different, actually you can just make up a story, whatever you feel, whatever your topic is. Suppose you want to teach him good manners, you can make up a story on manners. Like, don't tell the child always that he doesn't know this, or he's speaking the not speaking the truth. So make the puppet do that particular thing. Say he was a naughty puppet, he was telling lies all the time, then how he became better, how not to tell lies. Make it in a fun way through the stories itself. You can teach values, you can teach concepts, all through stories. Kids love it. And of course, do a recap as well after that. The child can dramatize the story later on. He can play with the puppets and make his own story. Kids enjoy puppets, give them to play. Anything else? Anybody has any more questions? Anjana Ganesh Bhatt is asking how to teach phonetics to 3 years old. There are different this thing. So the school also teaches phonetics to the child, but there are different. I personally learned it from the Jolly Phonics method, where I did one course properly from the CDP College in London. But as a parent, you need not go to that level of this thing. But you can also see online. You can check out. It's very, very simple, because see, A says A, B says B. Try and see what's the beginning sound of the letter. Supposing it's ball, to let him hear the first sound of the word that it makes. Ball. And if it's a cat, the first sound that makes k. So then make the child get used to that particular thing. Let him get an object and what sound can you hear first? Then he'll say it is a bottle. That way. Anybody else with any more questions? I'm very happy to help. And if you want to reach out to me later on, please do reach out to me. I'm always available. Somebody's asking how to introduce intellectual games to toddlers. First of all, any game you play is going to be intellectual, because he has to use his mind for that game. Supposing it's a game like, even you can have quizzes with your child. Once he's learned the topic, you can have a quiz on that topic and let him think about that answer. Even if it's simple thing like you've taught them farm animals, okay, what sound does a particular animal make? So you just ask them the question and let him answer that way. Or even you've done some research, some topic about transport. So ask him different questions pertaining that. I'm sure he's going to use his mind to think and answer those questions. GK and quiz is the best way, I would say. And make it challenging and fun for the child. Arshia Kazi is asking how to teach math like before and after numbers. Before and after, you can have, supposing you can just draw caterpillars, and in some places you write the number and leave the missing numbers in between. The child has to fill in the missing numbers before and after. Even I had one method earlier in school we had learned. We used to write with objects, okay? You can draw, keep 4 coins in one place, then keep other 5 coins. And what will come after this? 5. Or maybe it could be pebbles, whatever you have. Make it very concrete objects, because the child should learn to use and put those objects. That's the best way you can learn maths, with concrete objects. Before this, okay, only 3 will come before. Let's count 1, 2, 3, or 4. 5 will come after that. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But let them count with objects. It's the best way. Even on the board, you can have those magnetic boards you get nowadays. You put them on the magnetic board before and after. Let them know. Write only one number down, or what will come before that, what will come after that. But don't do it when he is underage. Like, don't do it when he's like in the preschool. I mean, in the play school or nursery level. When he goes to maybe prep 2, he can do that. Whatever you do at home has to be age appropriate for your child. I think most of the questions are covered, but still, if you feel you have any questions, you can write it in the comments later on, and whenever I get some time, I'll come back and answer your questions. Yes, thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye bye, everybody. See you.